4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs, but if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
We go then. So Jim, who do you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, one of the most talked about players in recent times is this guy, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I really like his enthusiasm, his energy, his commitment, his attitude. The way he goes about his business is with real purpose, and that stands out.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. And he's managed to get free. Nyonto, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Mazraoui, well, they're labouring their way towards the opposition goal here, Peter, and this needs a much livelier solution.
Aim forwards. Mazraoui. Menu. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, gently done. He's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Shaw. Mount! Oh, it's come loose. Can he stop it going out? Could be danger here. Plenty waiting in the middle. That's going to go a long way. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Moved on forwards. Lisandro Martinez does really well to win the ball there. And it's Tanaka. Bogle. And it's played forward. Menu. De Ligt. Menu. That's really well manoeuvred. Really well cleared. Have it back and can go again. Mount. Mazraoui. Showing good feet. Mazraoui. Only partially clear. That's the throw. Ampadu, forwards and with intent. Calvert-Lewin. James. Menu. Menu, he's gone direct here. Nyonto wins the duel this time. Longstaff. Nyonto. Burnau. Ampadu. Quality ball. He's going to be disappointed with that.
Calvert-Lewin really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Matheus Cunha. Menu.
Bruno Fernandes.
Menu.
Bruno Fernandes.
Menu. Mazraoui. Played in by Mazraoui.
Defending of the desperate variety.
Tanaka.
Longstaff.
Tanaka. Mount. Nice physical challenge. Gnonto.
Well, it's not the quickest of starts, but what it lacks in intensity certainly is made up by a large serving of discipline and organisation.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Mount.
Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Bruno Fernandes.
And it's Menu. Shaw. Menu.
Bruno Fernandes.
Out towards the flank. Cross goes, it's a mighty effort! Harmlessly behind.
Longstaff.
Longstaff shifted upfield. Calvert-Lewin. He's gone for goal! It's wide, but only just.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
Menu. Moved on forwards. Menu. And it's played forward. Goodmanson. Gnonto.
Longstaff.
Goodmanson. That's really well manoeuvred.
Bruno Fernandes.
Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Mount. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Bogle.
Longstaff.
Sesko. Split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And it's been taken short.
Calvert-Lewin.
Bogle. Bogle making good progress on the right-hand side. Aimed in. Decent chance! Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Ball's being played in here nice and early.
Yeah, that'll be a test for that defence, but I'd like my players to keep mixing it up if I was in that position, you know, and not become predictable. They've got to avoid that.
Now, who's going to be first to this? James. Longstaff, gently done. Tanaka. James. Oh, nice touch. He's in, surely! Danger averted for now. Strong running down that left flank. Now, what about a counter-attack? Matches Cunha. Matches Cunha! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. You don't keep those outs. He just knew.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Manchester United have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Gnonto. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Longstaff. Calvert-Lewin, here's onto this. It's a loose ball. And that's a throw-in. He has found the way through. Lovely feet. And it's Tanaka. Great position here. It's Calvert-Lewin! Same again, same outcome.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Chance to shoot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Daniel James actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Majraoui attempts a clearance. They get a throw in. Gnonto. Played with finesse. Defending of the desperate variety. Longstaff. And that's a good ball. Goodmanson. Great defending, strong and determined. And it's been played through. Tanaka. James. Bogle battling down that right flank. Now it's Calvert-Lewin. And he shoots! And the ball's come loose here. Come with nicely by the defence. Ampadu does really well to win the ball there.
Bruno Fernandes. Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Here comes the cross. Aim forwards. Longstaff. Longstaff forwards and with intent. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Bornau gets over and intercepts. Longstaff. Nicely intercepted. And he's there to get it away. Gnonto. There are a few waiting for it. Gnonto, and that's aimed into the middle. Cleared away. Now this could be a chance. Ampadu. Goodmanson. Longstaff. Ampadu, Menu, that's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Oh, super find. De Ligt. Chasing after it. Now that's well seen too. It's run loose here. And that's been won straight back. James. Bruno Fernandes. Šeško. Matheus Cunha. Mount made out to the left flank. Oh, that's neat. Time to deliver. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Bruno Fernandes. Menu. Nazraoui. Tries to dink it through. Bogle clears it away. Longstaff, moved on forwards. That looks a cracking ball. It's a real chance! Can he find the finish? It's a goal! James was quick to move in. The keeper's handling wasn't great.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, it seems to me they'll both be pushing for another now. Could be a critical phase.
De Ligt. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. That has been cut short. De Ligt makes the interception. Šeško. That is good strength.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Bornau. That's really well manoeuvred. Shaw did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And back to the goalkeeper. Lucas Perry. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Bruno Fernandes. Šeško. Manchester United have a free kick.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score. And obviously, he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Bruno Fernandes! And again! Longstaff. It's an inviting looking ball that. De Ligt cuts out the pass. De Ligt shifted upfield. Menu gently done. Longstaff. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Matheus Cunha, and it's Mount. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Lucas Perry sends that a long way. This interception, his positioning was spot on. Ampadu. Doku. Aim forwards. He's got plenty of space out wide. Chance! In for the pieces! Mazraoui. Has a look and plays it forward. Struck first time! And he's done very well to deal with it.
Manchester United have found chances hard to come by, so that's perfectly understandable.
Menu. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Early ball out from the back. That'll be a throw-in. Mount. That's a throw. Bruno Fernandes. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Gnonto. And here's Calvert-Lewin. Tanaka. Gnonto. Goodmanson. Now it's Longstaff. Fired deep towards the back post. And it's hoisted clear. Picks it up out wide. Looking for a decent ball in. It's anyone's ball now. Ampadu. Ampadu played out towards the right wing. That's good defending, very good defending. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, I think that move petered out due to a lack of urgency. There was no cutting edge.
And it's played forward. Ampadu, and it's lofted through here. Deftly away. Nyonto. Menu. De Ligt. Moved on forwards. Nyonto. Goodmanson. Nyonto. And here's Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin! That's got him rattled. De Ligt. Menu. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes forwards and with intent. And it's Shaw. Matheus Cunha. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. That has been knocked clear. Can he spark a counter here? Calvert-Lewin. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Bruno Fernandes! Climbs up big! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Goodmanson. That's really well manoeuvred. Over to the left. Matheus Cunha. And it's Shaw. He came in hard, very hard. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Tanaka, it's an imaginative pass. Clearly not happy with that. Longstaff. Nyonto. Nice control. That has found him in acres of space. De Ligt. Confirmation that there will be 2-minute stoppage time. And the counter is on. Bogle. Tanaka. James. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. And it's Bogle. De Ligt getting this one clear. Ball is over the line. And it's Bogle. De Ligt. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. There's the whistle then to start the second half. Goodmanson. Gnonto. And here's Calvert-Lewin. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Mount. Menu. Mount. Matheus Cunha. Fine stop from the keeper.
Šeško really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. He's shifting through the gears here. And it's Masraoui. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Mount. And he shoots! And claimed it back, and one more try! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And they caught Reed. Calvert-Lewin, James, Longstaff, Gnonto, Ampadu, and it's Bogle. A header! It's in!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him, little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Longstaff. Aim forwards. And here's Calvert-Lewin. Tanaka. Ampadu. And it's Bogle. Thinks one through. Cleared without complication. Clipped into space. It's come to nothing. Tanaka. Moved on forwards. Matheus Cunha. And reclaimed it in a trice. Now it's James. De Ligt. Mount. Mazraoui. Mount. Matthias Cunha. Shaw picks it up now. Up he goes! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Šeško made such good movement to get in position there. We were all expecting much more.
Tanaka. Ampadu. Tanaka. That's really well manoeuvred. De Ligt. Mount. Menu. Mount. Menu shifted upfield. Šeško!
Šeško usually is so good from that range. He didn't quite connect as he can though.
Menu forwards and with intent. Šeško! There's the shot! And again the keeper stands strong. That's not going far. Well, that's a nice ball. Great work on the overlap. It's a goal kick. Bruno Fernandes. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Well, he continually breaks the lines and gets himself into terrific positions.
Wins the duel this time. Goodmanson. Gnonto. Well, they are still trailing and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Oh, what a climb! He thumps it clear. Chance! That's a half-decent try.
Tanaka was clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Martinez. Mount. That's been drilled forward. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Šeško. Ampadu. Calvert-Lewin chasing after it. Well, we expected better, and so did he. And it's Mount. Tries a measured ball. Bornau gets it clear. And the pass is intercepted. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. Aim forwards. was very necessary. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Longstaff. Goodmanson. Yonto. This is quite a run, and he's not done yet. Yonto. Swept in. That's a dangerous ball. The defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And it's played forward. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And he cuts out the supply. De Ligt. Menu. Bruno Fernandes. Menu. Mazraoui. Menu forwards and with intent.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And it's Tanak, and the shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Well timed, excellent interception. Bruno Fernandes. Spread out to the left. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Tanaka. Calvert-Lewin. Shaw with the clearance. Here it is, crossed in. Bruno Fernandes. Menu. Mount. Shifted upfield. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Cisco! He scores! Again, we are level. What a contest!
Manchester United, look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
This is quite a battle.
really will be annoyed. They failed to make anything of their lead, and it's so typical that this happens.
Menu does really well to win the ball there. Menu. Oh, can he get onto this? Well read, nice interception. Moved on forwards. Now it's Calvert-Lewin. Now it's Nyonto. And here's Calvert-Lewin. James. And can he finish it? Oh, that is rather wayward.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
That's really well manoeuvred. And it's Mount. Bruno Fernandes. Lisandro Martinez, aimed forwards. Goodmanson. Bornau. Tanaka. Bornau, gently done. Šeško. Takes a shot! Goal! Manchester United! And the comeback is complete!
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Oh, this looks sharp. Calmly anticipates. De Ligt. That's really well manoeuvred. Matheus Cunha. Very nicely done. Shaw, and he whips it in. Overhit and out of play. Longstaff. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Moved on forwards. Matheus Cunha. Shaw. Now it's Matheus Cunha. And the finish! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Bruno Fernandes, who's short. He can get that clear. Oh, that's nice. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, good good spread. There's Rawi. Gets his head on it! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, he certainly got to the ball well enough, but the rest didn't quite come off for him.
Longstaff. Calvert-Lewin. Oh, what a ball! Shoots! And yet another chance goes to waste. Menu is there and he can get that clear. Menu forwards and with intent. And it's played forward. Tanaka shifted upfield. Played out to the right. Looking here to chip it through.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Martinez. Mount. Manchester United have scored 2 quick goals here and are ahead now by the odd goal in... Manchester Cunha! Chance surely! Really well taken goal. And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. Lucas Perry, and he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right when you're paying a visit to him yet.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Goodmanson. Up towards the front line. Goes for goal! Oh, that's a waste.
Well, the defence are in a good position to get behind the ball and let them just try from range.
Wins the duel this time. Oh, perfectly measured that. And a chance! Tries to get it clear. That's good play. Matheus Cunha. He's found a way through. That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Aim forwards. Moved on forwards. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Oh, it's come loose. Shaw. Mount. Bruno Fernandes. Šeško. Matheus Cunha. Mount. Bruno Fernandes. Matches Cunha. Tanaka. Longstaff. Calvert-Lewin. Goodmanson. And they've got a throw. That's very neat. Goodmanson. Now it's Okafor. Okafor's cross. Matches Cunha. Mount. This might spark. Great chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are pulling clear here. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Manchester United grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Now it's Okafor. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Shaw clears it away. And it's Tanaka. James receives it in a good position. Goes for a shot! Longstaff plays it short. Can he deliver? Chance for a shot! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Bruno Fernandes. Menu. Mazraoui. Menu. Bruno Fernandes. Keeper's got good distance on that. Manchester United have reclaimed it. Martinez. Bruno Fernandes. Martinez. Mount. Tanaka. James. Muscular approach does pay off here. So who's he picking out? Tanaka is having a shot! Longstaff with the short one. Longstaff. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Bogle with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. decent progress down the left. Šeško. Oh, sweet feet. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Najraoui. That is lovely. Menu. In with the challenge. Okafor. Longstaff providing an outlet on that flank. That is a brilliant interception. Menu. Okafor. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Longstaff. Oh, it's played into... Climbs up big! Oh, extraordinary. Tanaka, Longstaff, Goodmanson, Okafor, Longstaff, real shooting chance! No way through, so back it comes. Šeško. And it's been played through. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Matheus Cunha. Now then, the ball's come loose. Defending is unapologetically persistent, it's almost personal, and it had to be. De Ligt cuts it out. 4 added minutes on the board. De Ligt. Mount. De Ligt. Martinez, and it's played forward. Longstaff, Tanaka, James, out to the right, and here's Calvert-Lewin, it's Calvert-Lewin! Keeper's not concerned by that. So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Ahmad. And that has been clubbed away. And that's been won straight back. Mount. Now it's Matheus Cunha. He's got away. Matheus Cunha! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. De Ligt. Menu. That's a foul. Free kick's been given. Brunau. Ampadu. And here's Calvert-Lewin. Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Now it's Ahmad. He has found a way through. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And it's Menu. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Oh, smashing header! And that is the last effort of the game. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Manchester United certainly produced a lovely blend of flair and industry to earn a result that was fully merited for me.